So grand rising, everyone. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Always up early in the morning, as you guys know. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the morning show. I wanted to talk about a few topics today. There was a couple of things that's happened recently, and like with the New York City cold fries, where somebody was shot at a McDonald's for some cold fries. We're going to talk about that. Also, a 911 caller that actually refused to send ambulance help for somebody, and that person has now been charged. And I'm also going to give a final commentary to SHA in regards to this situation. I do have some more commentary on that. I also listened to his video. He did two videos yesterday. One, forgot what one it was, but then there was another one that he did where he was actually mentioned me and apologized to T. Prizzle. I do accept your apology, but you can still kick rocks. But we're going to go ahead and talk about that and just get into that a little bit this morning. But in the meantime, you guys go ahead and get ready for the show. Go ahead and grab your libations, grab whatever you're going to get. I'm going to go ahead and play a quick 5-minute timer from Dr. Bombay, and we're going to get right into the show.
It's Blog Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pri.
So shout out to all the loungers in the clouds. I hope you guys are doing well. And for all of you who will catch the replay, I always appreciate you guys. Truly appreciate that replay value around here. So I definitely wanted to talk about a couple of topics today. I don't know if you guys have heard about this one story, but there is a story of a 911 caller, okay? His name is Leon Price. And what happened is a lady called up to 911 and get help for her mother who was in distress. And the 911 caller gave her a bunch of backlash, a bunch of problems, and ultimately at the end of the conversation, the 911 caller never sent any help for this person, and the person ended up passing away. So I'm going to give you guys the story. It happened about 2 years ago, and then I'm going to tell you guys what the outcome was, okay? And this story is on CNN. It says 911 dispatcher charged with involuntary manslaughter after allegedly refusing to send an ambulance to help a woman. 2 years after a 911 dispatcher in rural Pennsylvania refused to send emergency medical assistance to an ailing woman, he was charged with involuntary manslaughter, according to court records. Dispatcher Leon Price was also charged with recklessly endangering another person, official oppression, and obstruction of the administration of law or other government function related to the July 2020 incident, according to the records. Now, around July 1st, 2020, Kelly Trichinell called Greene County 911 emergency dispatch to get medical help for her mother, who was jaundiced, incoherent, and bleeding because of a hole in her esophagus. According to a civil lawsuit filed by Trichinell in Pennsylvania's Western District Court, when Price answered the 911 call as a dispatcher, Trichinell told him that her mother, 54-year-old Diana Kronk, needed to go to the hospital because she was turning yellow, making noises, and had been lying in the bed for days, the complaint said. At the time, Kronk was living at her boyfriend's house in Sycamore, Pennsylvania, where there was no cell service, according to the complaint. Trichinell says in the complaint that she told the dispatcher she is going to die if she doesn't go to the hospital, which is pretty horrifying. If you call 911, you're expecting them to respond, okay, and do something about the matter. Now, Price allegedly told Trichinell that her mother may refuse to go to the emergency personnel to the hospital, the complaint said. He instructed her that before an ambulance could be dispatched, she would need to call back from her mother's house and confirm she wouldn't refuse services, the filings allege. Kronk died the next day, Trichinell told CNN. Now, Price turned himself in on June 29th on the charges, and that was June 29th of this year, and was arraigned and released on $15,000 bail, according to Greene County District Attorney David Russo. Now, Price can't formally enter a plea until after his preliminary hearing dates in August and in September, which is what a court clerk is saying. But until then, a not guilty plea was automatically entered following the informal arraignment hearing. So now the family alleges Price's actions actually harmed Kronk. Trichinell filed a federal lawsuit against him in Greene County and 2 other employees of the county's emergency communications dispatch center over the incident. Now, the suit alleges that Price did not have the authority to deny services to Kronk and says his actions were a direct and a proximate cause of Kronk's death, okay? And I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, I definitely believe, like, if I call 911, I'm going to expect 911 to come to the rescue or do what I'm asking. If there's somebody's life in danger, if, something is happening, that is the point of 911, right? Is to call and have someone come out. I don't know how this 911 operator decided that he had the right to make a decision about whether someone should get 911, whether someone should have an ambulance come out. How could he gauge over the phone whether something is serious or whether something is not? He should have definitely dispatched, regardless of whether the woman would have refused or not. How is that affecting him? How is that making a difference? It makes me wonder if because I'm not a 911 operator and I don't know any 911 operators. But it makes me wonder if they're under some kind of pressure to not send out dispatch if they don't feel that something is of a serious nature, or if they don't feel that something warrants, someone to be sent out. It just makes me wonder why he came to that conclusion. Like, how did he come to that? And has he done that in the past? How many other times have people contacted 911 and, and this particular 911 dispatcher, and he just flat out refuses, and then they call back and get somebody else, or something like that? Could that have also contributed to other people's lives? Could that have contributed to, the death of somebody, or, or something of that nature? Just makes me wonder, and it's something to think about. And I would like to know what you guys think in the comments regarding that matter as well, because I thought that was just absolutely nuts. And I actually meant to talk about that a couple weeks ago, but I never got the chance to, because there's always something else happening. But yeah, I just really thought that that was crazy when I first heard about it. I did hear about it a couple weeks ago, but it actually happened a couple years ago. And yeah, now this person is unfortunately, she's dead, and he's left to answer these crazy questions. I just find it absolutely horrendous. So, guys, I don't know if you guys heard about the new McDonald's worker in Brooklyn who was shot over cold French fries, but I am going to talk about that as well, because I thought that this was absolutely crazy and horrendous, and I don't know like how it got to this level, but I'm definitely going to talk about this real quick, because it seems to be a lot of this anger going on where people are just kind of running around, just doing whatever they want, just going off over petty things. There was a subway shooter. There was a person that was shot at the subway over, food. And now we got this McDonald's incident. So we're going to get into that real quick. It says the incident started as an argument between a 40-year-old woman and the victim, who she accused of having given her cold fries. Okay. So a woman went into a Brooklyn McDonald's. She was pissed off about some fries, saying that the fries were cold, and she actually shot the victim. Okay. So a man in New York has been charged with attempted murder after, she didn't shoot him. I think the man actually shot the person, but a man in New York has been charged with attempted murder after allegedly shooting a McDonald's worker for serving his mother cold French fries, police said, and reports said. Multiple gunshot incidents occurred daily in the Big Apple, but in this latest incident, Michael Morgan, 20, shot the 23-year-old McDonald's employee in Brooklyn on Monday evening, according to police and in the New York Post. Now, this story is coming out of the Hindustan Times. Okay, so I'm just going to read this real quick. It says the victim is in critical condition. The incident started as an argument between the 40-year-old woman and the victim, whom she accused of having given her cold fries. The woman made a video call to her son, Morgan, who burst into the fast food chain and argued with the employee before the two of them went outside. Morgan then shot the employee, according to police sources. And the accused has been arrested several times for various crimes, according to these tabloids. Morgan was also slapped with a charge of criminal possession of a loaded firearm. Okay. And so I just think that this is just absolutely horrendous, that it would come to this level that somebody will need to shoot you over cold French fries. I mean, I've had some cold fries. I've gone into McDonald's where the nuggets weren't warm enough, and that kind of thing. You can easily take it back, get another set of fries, do something, throw them away, whatever you're going to do. But does it require being shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it require a fight, to ensue? It just speaks of the mindset of the people, and where people are mentally these days. The things that people deal with, the pressures of life, the pressures of everything going on in the world, and how it all culminates to stupid stuff like this. I don't know why the son, felt like he needed to come and rescue his mother over French fries. You know what I mean? Like it can't be that serious. I'm pretty sure like they were arguing a little and going back and forth a little bit, but it could never get to the level where you're shooting somebody over French fries. Like I don't understand. I truly don't. But again, like I said, this really speaks to the mindset of the people and why um, people are just so stressed out and they feel so much pressure uh, to be something that they're not, or they feel so much pressure to defend someone, and so forth and so on. And the ego just gets to you, and now here you are. You're actually the person, is in critical condition, and you're being charged, behind French fries. So I just think it's crazy. And yeah, I hope that I hope that the person gets well. I hope that they do recover from this. But I just think it's just absolutely nuts. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Stephanie Collins, you said my perspective may be skewed since if I get a case, there was a response by police and or emergency services that led to an arrest. Oh, okay. So you're talking about the 911 caller, or are you talking about the New York City cold fries? Let me know. Hey, Ama, I appreciate you being in the building. He says, giving crazy facts. Grand Rising to you as well. And you said, Grand Rising, Black Lounge. Hey, and Conscious, I appreciate you. Stephanie, you said, but our dispatch here doesn't seem to question, second guess, or argue with 911 callers. They route the call and let the agencies figure it out from there. Yeah, like I don't understand. Okay, so you were talking about the 911. Yeah. So yeah, I don't understand why that person thought that they could gauge over the phone whether something was serious enough or not, or whether they should send something out, whether they should send somebody out, or whether it should like I'm just trying to figure out where they came to that perspective. You know what I mean? Like, was this guy high? Was he drunk? Or was he just, like talking shit? Was he just trying to be an asshole? Does he know these people? Have they called multiple times before and then it wasn't nothing? Like I just have so many questions around that. Like are all 911 callers trained to do this? I mean, I've had to call 911 before, and I didn't get a bunch of backlash from them. They do seem a little stressed out. Like the 911 caller I called a couple times, and when I did, they just seem like they're stressed and they just ask a bunch of questions and still instead of kind of getting to what the problem is. I don't know, maybe that's how they get to the problem, by asking a bunch of questions. But I definitely feel like that 911 caller was just out of pocket, and clearly they do too, since they're charging them. You said, I felt the 911 operator for Kevin Samuels was a little delayed too. That 911 operator was too. That 911 operator was, I mean, they all kind of seem just nonchalant, and maybe they should be in a sense because it's 911, so they have to come off as calm and collected. They're not upset, they're not stressed out, and that kind of seems like they're just indifferent about the situation. So maybe they need some training in that matter, like not be so indifferent. But I guess they have to be kind of tough skinned, because I can imagine some of the calls that they get. I can imagine some of the stories that they hear and how difficult that job has to be. So I'm pretty sure I understand in a sense, but I just think this 911 caller was way out of pocket. And I don't think I'll ever understand why that 911 caller decided that. Um, but like I said, it just makes me wonder if this is kind of something that is a practice across the board, and he just happened to be the one that opened up the story. But you never know. We never know, really. You said, I called 911 for suicidal clients, and I thought I always get a lot of assistance, even when I call for personal issues. I've been helped adequately. Yeah, I've never had like a problem where if I called 911, they just flat out refuse to help or anything like that. The only thing I ran into once or twice when I called 911 was, like I said, the person was just kind of indifferent, and the person just kept asking questions that weren't really relevant to the problem. You know what I mean? Like at the bottom line, I need somebody to get here. You're asking me this person's date of birth and height and weight is irrelevant. You know what I mean? The person is dying. I need somebody to get here. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things is what I kind of what I've noticed. But I haven't noticed where, they're just flat out refusing to send somebody. But anyway, I'm going to put a link to the 911 call story in my description box so you guys can go ahead and check that out for yourselves. I'm also going to put a link to the McDonald's worker shot over the New York fries in the comments or in the description box as well, so that you guys can go and check that out. Now, I want to get into this SHA Ra video that he did yesterday, because I don't watch him, but I knew he was going to give a response. And I decided myself, no one told me about it or anything. I decided to go over there. I did block him out of my chat yesterday. So, I wanted to hear what he had to say. And of course, what he had to say was stupid. But I'm definitely going to get into it. I wanted to talk about it. And this will probably be more than likely my final response to Shakim in regards to these contracts thing, in regards to this breaking the culture situation, in regards to me, in regards to what happened with Photon. I'm going to speak on it. If somebody else is, I might talk about it. Might talk in the comment section or something. But as far as me doing a video on it, I don't think so. So I'm going to do a quick 2-minute timer on that, and then we'll go ahead and get right into that. So I was asked privately from a person in the sector who I really care about, if I would respond to anti-Afro Svengali and Rev G for the things that they have been saying about me. And the answer to that is absolutely not. And one of the reasons is because I don't really give a fuck what they're saying. And also because I don't have any relationship with either one of them. So, and I never have. So it really doesn't matter to me what they think of me or what they think about my card readings, what they think about any of that stuff. That shit is irrelevant. At the end of the day, if I have never read cards for you, or if I've never done anything for you like that, I don't really know how you could say that I'm scamming you or I've done something to quote unquote scam someone. The only people that could actually speak on that are people who have received card readings from me. And there's multiple people in the sector who have. Multiple people have requested readings and have paid for those readings and do it on a regular basis. So for those of you who do that, I appreciate y'all. But no, I don't feel the need to respond to them. I just feel like they're trying to be relevant. And I also feel like Anti is going to be pissed off for quite some time because of the facts that I put out regarding that lawsuit and regarding her situation and her connections with aspirin in regards to that lawsuit. So I expect her to keep windmilling into the wind and into the night about shit that is irrelevant to me. But as far as the rest of that is concerned, I don't even watch it. I did think that the Rev G one, where he had put me and the Pirates of the Caribbean up, I thought that was actually funny. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I know how to laugh at myself, and I also know how to laugh at things. And honestly, I give you your props for that. I thought that shit was fucking funny. I thought that was hilarious. Make sure y'all go check that out. But the rest of that shit, I really don't care about. Clearly, I have rattled some feathers, and that was the purpose. And so, hey, it is what it is. So I guess I won in that situation. But shout out to y'all for still speaking on me. But anyway, I'm going to get into these topics real quick. But I do see you guys had said a couple of other things. You said, but I know those questions upset callers because the public isn't educated on how 911 calls work. I don't know why there aren't PSA campaigns on what happens when you call 911. I agree. I think there should be more education on that because when someone is, and it's kind of difficult to educate people on that because when someone is in a situation where they're calling 911, it's usually an emergency. It's usually like, I need answers right now. I'm not thinking about what my phone number is. I'm not thinking about what my date of birth is and all this other stupid stuff. I need to get to this person is dying, or something is happening. My house is on fire, or something that is serious. So, even though we can educate people, it's like, are people going to really react like that when an emergency is happening? And I think 911 callers need to keep that in mind. I think the same, as people being educated, I think the same goes on their end where they should be, it should be a lot easier for them to understand where people are coming from. And I'm not saying every 911 caller is like that, but yeah. You said there really should be some kind of 911 FAQ PSA campaign. And I do agree. I think there should be more education on it. But again, I don't know how people would respond if, when they're in an actual situation of such nature. You said, I work with police and medics, so I know how they roll, but the public doesn't. Exactly. You said 44,000, you said 441,000 views in 4 years. You said that view count says it all. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so listen, I'm about to get into this SHA video. I'm about to play that fair use because I want you guys to hear this quote unquote apology. And even though I know it wasn't really an apology, but I accept the apology part of it. But I'm not taking the rest. You say, yes, Curvy, if only some people may know they are already on the way, even though dispatch is asking. Okay. You said is asking questions. Okay. So that is something that people should know, but people don't know. You know what I mean? So, well, clearly it didn't happen in that other case, but yeah, that is something that people should know. Either way, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to play this video that Shakim did yesterday. It says, I apologize to T. Diddy. Make sure y'all go check it out if y'all want to, but it's about 14 minutes long or so. So I'm going to play parts of it and I'm going to react to it while we're playing it. Okay. I'm not going to show the video. I'm just going to play the sound.
What's up, everybody? This is Shock and Rise Exclusives, and I'm back with yet another video. And this will be a quick video. I'm not going to be on here all day. I hope you guys are doing well today.
Put a 1 in the comment section if you guys can hear the video.
I'm doing great. I am literally been up all night, all morning, and I still have a lot of work to do, but I'm working on my website. I can't wait to show you guys that. That will be ready at midnight tonight.
Make sure you guys check out his website.
I wanted to address something real quick because if I don't address it now, then I'm probably going to forget because I have way more important things to be thinking about and talking about. And
before I read that, let me know again, guys, if you guys can hear this video. Put a 1 in the comment section if you guys can hear Stephanie or Kirby Conscious. I'm sorry. Let me know if you guys can hear the video because I am playing it in the background. But I also wanted to say that I am responding to this because of my previous relationship with SHA. We had a friendship, okay? There is a difference in being friendly and or just knowing someone from YouTube and actually being a friend to that person. And so at this point, yeah, I'm pretty pissed off with him. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm going to go ahead and okay, you can hear it. Okay, great. But I'm going to go ahead and react to this video because of that.
Reflecting on. So I saw T-Pre went live again this morning. And
that was yesterday, again, guys.
She had to talk about me. I don't think she's done a single live stream in the past 2 weeks that hasn't been in some way directed towards me.
What the hell is he talking about? I haven't done any videos about him. I don't know what Shakim is talking about. I'm not talking about him. He's not on my mind. Nobody's talking about Shakim Ra. We have talked about multiple things, but definitely haven't talked about that nigga. What's up, Divine 7 and Craft Legacy 22? I appreciate y'all being in the building. We're going to go ahead and finish out this.
And I really did not know she was that hurt. Like, I did not know she was really sitting around walking around with anger and resentment and all of this hatred for me. I did not know that I hurt this woman so badly to the point where she needs to talk about me every day.
Okay, so I'm going through my content right now, okay, and I'm going to go and look at all my videos because sometimes I do forget about some of the things I talk about. I mean, I talk about gossip, I talk about all kinds of stuff. So I want to see what he's talking about because he said in the past 2 weeks, every video I have done has been directed towards him. So I did a video yesterday where the last half of the video was regarding Shakim. The one before that was Tea Time with Breaking the Culture of Silence. That was 3 days ago. We did not talk about Shakim. The one prior to that I did was 4 days ago. I dropped a members only video called Night Chronicles, which I'm doing a new series of night videos with my members. So that had nothing to do with Shakim. That was regarding the 1940s Rhythm nightclub story. And then I did Trolling versus Real. Who gets to decide? Where I was kind of addressing Ray Triggs' video that he did. And that was 5 days ago. And then I did a video called SECKTAH News. And then I did Jada Youngin, Little Duval. That was 7 days ago. Okay. And then prior to that, I did Gina Toe, AIDS diagnosis. Nothing to do with Shakim. That was 8 days ago. Prior to that, it was Tea Time with Breaking the Culture. We did multiple topics that day. That was 9 days ago. Prior to that, I did Bishop Whitehead versus Larry Reed, some SECKTAH topics. That was 9 days ago. I'm not sure where this whole I'm doing multiple videos about him every day and I'm talking about Shakim every day. What the hell are you talking about, bro? You are not on my mind whatsoever. You were on my mind yesterday because of what you brought up again. And yes, your bullshit is what opened those wounds up. So, sir, stop it. I'm going to need you to stop. Nobody's talking about you, sir.
Hey, to the point where she needs to team up with D. Darrell. I did not know I hurt you that bad. So I will definitely issue you an apology. But before I apologize to you, I need you to do me a favor, right? I need you to apologize to all the women in this sector, all the women that you gaslit and mobilized and weaponized and used for your so-called Me Too movement against D. Durrell a couple months ago with breaking the culture. All of the
Okay, so what women in the sector, or anywhere for that matter, did I mobilize against a Me Too movement against D. Durrell? Where did that happen? Because I remember a couple months ago we had a panel on my channel where we discussed what D. Durrell was saying to break in the culture and how everybody disagreed with that. But there was never any campaign. We never went to no courts or tried to get any funding together or even offered any such thing to anyone. We never contacted any attorneys. We never sent any paperwork. We never even thought about any of such things. So what the hell is he talking about? Like, can somebody tell me what he's talking about? 'Cause I don't know what he's talking
the
about.
women that you gaslighted into thinking that, number one, breaking the culture was a victim, or that, number two, that you were actually serious about women's rights and women being treated properly. I thought that's what your goal was, but I saw that your goal really wasn't to advocate for women at all, because as soon as you got the opportunity, you became friends with D. Durrell to come at me. So
No, I made up with D. Durrell because there was no reason for me to keep beefing back and forth with him. You understand? Like, adults know how to get over some fuck shit. That's just what it is. I don't have a dog in that fight when it comes with Durrell. I had an issue with how that he handled that. I let him know that, and we both moved the fuck on. Okay, like, it's not, nobody was trying to plot against Durrell. Nobody was doing any of that. But the bottom line is, yes, Durrell doesn't like you, and neither do I. Okay, and if he's talking about you, I'm gonna talk about you. But that doesn't mean that's the reason why me and Durrell are cool. We're cool because we know how to move the fuck on. That's why. Continue.
So do you really care about women's rights? Do you really care about women that are being sexually harassed? Do you really care about women who are being mistreated? It's very obvious that you don't. And it's very obvious that
So all of this is because we're saying that we didn't scam you and Photon didn't scam you, and you like to go live and talk shit about people when things aren't going your way, when you act like a child, so all of this is coming from that. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Continue.
you are desperate at this point, and it's okay. It's very desperate of you to team up with D. Durrell just to come at me. So for all the women in that chat that were over there bad mouthing me to try to make her feel better, like beautiful Bernice and Too Big for Skinny Jeans.
Hey, Wade, what's happening, bro?
Berla even talking shit, saying that I'm jealous of Flacco.
Hey, Wade, hey, keeping it
Berla.
plain.
I love you, sweetie, but don't ever fix your mouth to say that I'm jealous of Flacco.
But you are jealous of Flacco. That is the reason why you keep going in on anybody and everybody that disagrees with you regarding the Flacco situation. Like, that was the whole point of you falling out with me a year ago. You fell out with me over that because I wouldn't jump down Flacco's throat, because I wouldn't come at Flacco, because I wouldn't put, quote unquote, Flacco in his place. I didn't feel the need to. I said something to you and I said something to him, like everybody else did. But you wanted people to only say something to him. You wanted people to take your side, and I wasn't taking your side because I didn't think he was wrong. Period. I just didn't. And many a times I stayed out of it. I didn't jump in it. I didn't get involved. I didn't want to say nothing. And you fell out with me behind that. You fell out with everybody behind your hatred for Flacco. That's the reason why you and D. Durrell don't get along, is because of your hatred for Flacco and because he refused to denounce Flacco. That's why you hate Ghost, is because he refused to denounce Flacco. Everybody that you hate in this sector is behind Flacco in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Let's continue.
All right. Just looking in the mirror should already dispute that question. All right. Just off looks alone, off careers alone. I have a real career, not a career that I got from a white man that I DM'd on Instagram. I have a real career in corporate America that I worked very hard to attain. So there's nothing for me to be jealous about, sweetie. But I'm going to let you slide, brother, because this live really is not about you and all the women over there. This live is not about y'all. But I just want y'all to really wake up.
But you mentioned those women because those women support my channel. Other women support my channel as well. And they support me because they just do. It doesn't matter what you say or how you say it or what anybody says. People are going to support who they choose to support. Just like people are going to support you if they choose to support you. There wouldn't be anything I could say or do, anything that anybody else could say or do that would stop people from being supportive to you, as they should. So I'm not sure why you think going live and talking shit about people is going to stop other people from being members on people's channels or from coming to support other people's content. That's not going to happen, no matter what you say. So let's continue with that. And also, I want you to understand that you don't get to just talk shit about everybody in the sector. And then when somebody talks shit at you, or when somebody disagrees with you, or somebody gives you pushback on something, now they're the worst person in the world and they ain't shit and they're this and they're that because they disagree with you. Like, what is your problem, bro? Like, that is a real problem in this sector. There are some people who really can't understand that it is okay for somebody not to agree with everything you say.
See, this woman doesn't give a fuck about you. She just lied and mobilized y'all and gaslighted y'all for 2 months to get y'all to mobilize and do a Me Too campaign against D-Darrell.
When did I do that? Where do y'all see that anywhere? In my timeline? Where do y'all see anything like that in a video? Where have I ever had that conversation anywhere on YouTube? Like, I would really love for you to show where I mobilized a Me Too movement against D-Darrell. I would love for you to show that. Did I give my opinion on what D-Darrell did and said? Yes, I did. And I did it publicly. And I didn't have no problem with that. And I don't take any of that back. Am I cool with Darrell now? Yes. Have Darrell and I talked? Yes. Has Breaking the Culture and Darrell talked? Yes. So again, I'm confused about where this Me Too movement campaign is against D-Darrell. But go ahead and continue. I want to hear this too.
And the moment that she got the opportunity to snuggle on back over there to him so she could come for me, she did it. So she doesn't.
Nigga, I could come for you without D-Darrell. Like, nigga, you need to understand who you talking to, okay? You the one calling me T. Diddy, okay? Listen, I don't need D-Darrell to roast your ass, okay? I don't need D-Darrell to talk facts about you. I don't need D-Darrell to tell niggas what's the truth about you. Like, I don't need that. It's funny, I really don't need that. I actually have your text messages, your emails, your videos with you on video with these conversations. D-Darrell had nothing to do with any of that shit. But again, this is your obsession with these men and your pain over you not being accepted by them. Your issues with Darrell, your issues with Ghost, your issues with Flacco and with the good guys. That is your issue. That is not mine. I'm going to be cool with Darrell because I choose to be. Not because of you, bro. Yes, we have a common enemy, but that is not the reason why we cool. We cool because, like I said, niggas know how to move the fuck on. I'm not going to sit here and be in my feelings about something that's irrelevant to me and doesn't have any merit over my life. that's the reason why me and Darrell are cool. Because like I said, niggas know how to move on. Let's continue. What's up, TMK?
Women.
I appreciate you
being
in the
building.
building.
Black women. She doesn't care about women's rights. She doesn't care about protecting women. All of that shit is capped so that she can try to sell you her membership or try to sell you enough BS so that y'all can.
So for all the members, you know, who are members, and I have several members, where are we talking about any of this stuff in membership? We're not talking about other people in membership. I have a couple of videos where I did one on AAS and the aspirin clown story. I did that, but I actually made a portion of that public. And then, you know, that's really it. I'm not in my members only videos discussing other people. Anybody in my members can see that and can say that. There was even members I had that don't even like me. Okay. Like I can name a couple of y'all. There's members I had that don't even like me. They wanted to look in my membership just to see what I was talking about. And when they realized I wasn't talking shit about motherfuckers, they left. Okay. Because that's not what I do in membership. My members deserve, you know, much better content. They deserve content that's deeper, that has a little more meaning to it. This is what my intention is with my members only. So my members know that. And I appreciate you guys, such as Stephanie, TMK, Dr. Nikki, and many other members that I have that actually come and support because they support the channel. Has nothing to do with, oh, I'm trying to be messy with people. I'm talking about people. I don't give a fuck about these people, for real. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's continue. We almost got
her a super chat or something. But she doesn't give a fuck about y'all women. So while y'all women over there talking about me, just be mindful. Because I don't come on here every day, you know, trying to gaslight y'all so that y'all can reach down in y'all purse to pay my bills. That's not something I've ever done.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Shock and Ross, stop it. There's been many a times that you have been live, okay? And niggas will send you a cash app just for you to talk shit on motherfuckers. Niggas will send you money just for you to go in and lie on motherfuckers. Niggas can send you the smallest bit of money for you to lie on niggas. I don't even like Rev G. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even like that nigga. But I gotta hand him that one time. When you make on that campaign lying on Rev G saying that he was sleeping with some students and doing all this stuff, he was abusing some students and all that stuff, you know that was a lie. And you got paid to do that. Boy, you always lie and you always get paid to fucking lie on people. Okay? There is a difference in taking payments to actually lie on people. Okay? And then there's another difference in taking payments because people support you. Okay? People just simply support your channel. People just simply send a super chat or send a cash app or send whatever they choose to because they support. Not because they have me on some mission to talk about somebody or they have me on some mission to go in on somebody or to tell lies or to spin narratives. That is the difference. So again, yeah, I have memberships as multiple thousands and millions of content creators do on YouTube. So I'm not sure why in this sector, and it's not this sector, it's really just a handful of folks in the sector that have spoken on stuff like this. I'm not sure why you think that's a problem, but again, you're welcome to talk to any of my members about that, okay? And if they feel that they are being scammed or something like that, then they would just walk away. But I haven't had that problem. So, yeah, I'm not sure. My members have been long-standing members. They've been here for some time. So, and they're not going anywhere just because you want them to. But again, here we are just talking with no proof, no evidence. You just want to say stuff. Let's continue.
So, with that being said, again, I did not know I hurt you that bad, T-Pre, in breaking the culture. Now, I'm going to talk about breaking the culture for a second because she's making up a narrative that I scammed her. So, you know what? Breaking the culture, I'll see you in court. How about that? Let me actually do some research.
You know what? This guy is desperate as fuck. The fucking bill was like $200, I think it was, or something like that. I even have it um on my on my community wall. So you guys are welcome to see that. I'll probably put a link to it in the description box. At the end of the day, the bill is what it is. Okay. The video shows the evidence that Braken has shows that she paid the bill. She admits to her paying the bill, so I'm not really sure where the scam is coming in. If she did pay your bill, you admit that she paid your bill, you admit that your card declined, okay, even though you're saying, I'm gonna play this part real quick before we get into that. But yeah, you admit all that, but then you're saying at the same time she's scamming you. Let's continue.
So I could find your address, and so I could find where you're actually at, so I could serve that ass. Because you're not going to say that I'm a scammer, because you paid for a bill after you got pissy drunk at the bar. And nobody forced you to pay any bills. Nobody asked you to pay any bills. Nobody requested you to pay any bills. You chose to pay for a bill when my card got declined due to me being out of state, and it was never an issue.
Wait a minute. So you admit that your card declined, okay? Because first you were saying that wasn't true. Now you're saying, yes, your card declined, but it was because you were out of state. But yet your card wasn't declining any other time. Like before that, when you used your card prior to that, your card didn't decline. When you used your card prior to that to swipe at the hotel, your card didn't decline. When you went to these other places that you claimed you went to, your card wasn't declining. But all of a sudden, your card was declining when we was at the table, and it's only because you was in New York. But your card wasn't declining no other time. Make it make sense, Shakim. You know damn well your card was declining because you didn't have the money. You were overspending, okay? And you did not have the money to be on such a vacation. You were spending, and spending beyond your limit. And that is the reason why your card declined. Not because you were in New York, because like I said, when you were going other places, your card wasn't declining then. Because your card would have declined for the same reason in New York if that was the case. But that wasn't what happened. So who scammed who? What do you mean you didn't ask her to pay? Who would have paid if she didn't? I mean, I could have paid, but who would have paid if she didn't put that money up? If she didn't put her card up? Who would have gotten, in some shit if she didn't put her card up for you? The least you could have did was thank her and pay her back. But again, no responsibility taken on your end, no integrity on your end, which is why this situation happened. Let's continue.
It was never an issue until I exposed the fake contract that you sent. There were no issues. Shock and Rob wasn't a cokehead. Shock and Rob wasn't a scammer. Shock and Rob wasn't a negative, evil person before he exposed you. So instead of taking accountability for your poor business choices, sending a fake contract, you would rather go in on me every day, every chance you get. So,
nigga, nobody is talking about you. Like, this is on your mind. Nobody's talking about you. We're not talking about that contract. I might mention it like every so often or something, but I'm not talking about you. I don't care about that shit because it's irrelevant. You were gone out of our lives. You're not even in the void. We're not talking about you, sir. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure why you keep going into this. Oh, we had a fake contract and this was fake and this was, sir, you already know what happened with the whole contract situation. You already know what happened with the NDA situation. And you're the one that decided to sign a contract, quote unquote, without it being completed. Yes, nobody told you to do that. Nobody asked you to do that. Nobody asked you to go without speaking with an attorney, without speaking with us, without actually physically doing it together. Nobody said that, sir. You did that on your own, okay? And again, it's not like you are 20 years old or 18 years old, sir. You are fucking 30 years old, okay? Stop acting like you're a fucking victim, like you're a little kid, like somebody took advantage of some high school kid or something. Like, cut it the fuck out, nigga. Nobody took advantage of you.
So when I clap the fuck back, I don't want to hear, oh, don't talk to her like that. She's a black woman. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because if you can get online every day and talk about me, I definitely can talk about you.
Again, who's talking about you every day? I don't know what you're talking about. Who's talking about you every week? Who's even talking about you every month? I did one video on you yesterday. Yeah. One video. You have done multiple videos on me. Multiple times. You have gone live in regards to me breaking the culture, in regards to the void, in regards to this, in regards to that. You have done multiple lives with me in a thumbnail, all kinds of shit, bro. And I did one video about you yesterday. One. And it wasn't even the whole video. But I did one video, talked about you yesterday, and the only thing you can clap back with is talking shit about somebody instead of finally taking responsibility for your own shit. Let's continue.
I haven't been talking about you. I barely mention your name, honestly, because you're a woman. I try not to even do the back and forth. But since you want to play the man's role, I'm going to treat you like a man. And breaking the culture, I'm going to treat you like a man too. Even though you think that you're the man because you have some cuckolds that you smack around and put a dildo up their ass, I think that makes you a man. It doesn't make you a man.
I think he wants you to do that to him, sis. I guess that's what he wants.
Man breaking. So I just want the whole sector to remember, just remember, while y'all talking shit about me, this woman has gaslighted all the women in this space for a lawsuit against D. Darrell that she never even fucking filed.
And again, D. Darrell and Breakin' are cool. They've already discussed this. So again, I'm not sure where the gaslighting and the, oh, we rallying the women and all this other fuck shit, when you was the main one behind that shit too, by the way, sir.
Y'all done let this woman run rampant in this sector. Come over here accusing people of sexual harassment, saying she's going to get lawyers and put cases on people. And
you ain't have no problem when Breaking the Culture was saying that Darrell was harassing her. You had no problem with that. As a matter of fact, you was all in the mix. So, let's continue.
Then we give her months of time to actually file
exactly,
something.
Divine
and
Seven.
Nothing materializes. And then she wants to walk around.
But what do you mean we give her months? Who the fuck are you? Like, nigga, you don't have, who are you where you decide, you know, whether somebody, this is the thing about, there's some folks in this sector that really think that people have to move on the sector's time. You move on the sector's time, sir. That doesn't mean everybody in the sector has to move around what the people in the sector think and what the people in the sector want. That's not how that goes. That's just how you choose to do things. But that doesn't mean everybody has to do that. So again, what do you mean this we and we were waiting and what we are looking for? What are you talking about? Who's we? You? You and a couple other nosy ass motherfuckers? Oh, okay.
Around and pretend like her shit don't stink. This woman has been dragged in every sector imaginable on YouTube. And she has one of the worst backgrounds for a woman that I've ever seen.
Okay. This woman has had some crazy weirdos in the church sector who have been exposed now for who they are. Okay. Talking shit about her and running with narratives on her. What else are you talking about? What other sectors where there's all this beef and there's all these issues and everywhere she goes? Like, again, receipts, sir. Just stop talking shit and actually pull real receipts. Not knockout media shit, not fuck shit from bitches in the sector that don't like her. Real shit. Real receipts. Because the real actual receipts on her are public information. Everything that really happened with Victor Cousins and what happened in that situation is on CNN. This is not something that's hidden behind some content creator on YouTube and they got all the answers. No, sir. This information can be Googled. So again, let's continue.
On these YouTube streets, I mean, goddamn, it don't get worse than a woman trying to move her kids because she's too damn broke into the pastor's house. So
women get with men. They are in a relationship with that man. And if that man is well-to-do and he's able to care for her, what's wrong with that? I'm confused why you think it should have been the other way around. Should Victor Cousins have moved in with her and her kids? Like, what does that got to do with the price of tea in China? Who fucking cares? Like, this is stupid. If this is the reasoning you're giving for why people shouldn't follow breaking the culture of silence, then okay, bro.
Prostitute, wannabe first lady, failed dominatrix, failed Instagram model said something about my finances. Because if you were really a boss bitch, then you would have sent me a contract with a pay rate before I ever did any work for you. I did work for you and didn't even get paid.
What?
I'm the bum.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait a motherfucking minute. What motherfucking work did you do? What motherfucking work, sir, did you do for the void, for me, or for breaking the culture of silence? I will fucking wait, bro. I'm going to subscribe to your channel right now because I want to wait for the receipts for that. Like, I promise you, sir, you have never done any motherfucking work for me or my sister or our motherfucking podcast. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What work have you done? But try to change our Instagram password. What motherfucking work have you done, sir? Yes, I will wait. Let me go ahead and get over here. Make sure y'all subscribe to Shock and Raw exclusives, okay? So we all can get the receipts on that. I got all the notifications. I'm going to need all the notifications for when you go live, sir, because I want to see the receipts. Post the receipts. You got 24 motherfucking hours to post the receipts of any motherfucking work you have done for me or for my sis or for that podcast. Show the motherfucking receipts, nigga. I promise you, I want you to show that shit. Since you've done work for us and you didn't get paid. Nigga, you got a whole new fucking narrative every fucking day. Every goddamn day, you got a new narrative. I will wait for them motherfucking receipts. All of y'all subscribe so we can get them. Y'all make sure y'all email me. Drop that shit to me when you get it.
You broke bitch. You couldn't even sponsor my hotel.
You damn right, you the broke bitch. What kind of grown-ass woman is going to sponsor a hotel for a grown-ass motherfucking man who can't even put his fucking time up the right way? Yes, we were definitely going to make sure you had an Airbnb to stay in if you had given us the travel plans on time. But since you wanted to wait till the last minute like you do with every fucking thing you do, you had no travel plans with us. And you had to come up with your own arrangements. The fuck you mean this grown-ass woman with a man is supposed to pay for a hotel for another grown-ass man? Get the fuck out my face. And I'm still waiting for them motherfucking receipts.
Even keep the Airbnb
fuck out of here.
open.
Matter of fact, I'm about to unblock your ass real quick so you can drop them receipts right now. Because yes, sir. I'm about to drop the link. I will let you share. I will let you do all of that shit. I will let you do all of that shit, sir, because I know you're fucking watching. Come hit this motherfucking link. You are not banned from the studio. I will wait for you to put up any motherfucking receipts that you claim you got. The link is in the comment section, sir. I want them receipts.
Oh, your Jewish boyfriend owns it.
So what? What does that got to do with the price of tea in China of who owns what?
Andrea Garrison.
Who gives a fuck? That's their household and who owns what and who has what, who pays for what. Are you jealous that you don't have a Jewish husband or a Jewish boyfriend or a Jewish man fucking you? Are you upset? Like, what is going on here? I have never seen a man jealous over another female and her relationship with her man and what her man is financially doing for her. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, do we need to introduce you to some Jewish dick? Is that what needs to happen?
And let me know when you have a business in your actual name, C. Diddy. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I've got lots of those.
I don't have time to argue with women all day.
You don't?
Y'all are walking around bitter, angry, upset every day to the point where you need to talk about me every day.
Nigga, again, nobody's talking about you, sir. Okay? I don't know what bitter, angry women are talking about you every day, sir. Like, I'm not sure where that's coming from. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for these fucking receipts, though. I'm definitely waiting on that. But again, the link is in the description. I'm waiting for you to hit the link so you can go ahead. I'm gonna let you share your screen. I'm gonna let you whatever, so a presentation, whatever you got to do. But I want to see these goddamn receipts of work you have done for me, for breaking the culture, for the void, any of that shit. I want to see this work that you have done that you haven't been paid for, or better yet, any work that you've done, period. Even if you did get paid for it or any of it, I want to see any work that you have ever done for us, period. I'll wait. I will wait.
And so, when I clap back this weekend, just be forewarned. When I go there,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm not about to hold back on you just because you're a woman.
I don't give a fuck. Nothing you ever said in the past about me even bothered me. The only time I cared a little bit about what you were saying was because of the racial climate around the dog. That was the only problem I had with anything you ever said. Anything else, I don't give a fuck what you say, nigga. Have at it, because that's what you do anyway.
See, is the only person who goes on vacation just so he can live stream it. Dude is sad. That dude is so lonely and so pathetic. He got to tell y'all how you going on 3 vacations in a month span? You just can't.
Nigga, who cares? You need to go on a goddamn vacation. That's the problem. You worried about everything and everybody, and you not even on a goddamn vacation. That's the goddamn problem right there. You worried about who's getting their bills paid, whose man is fucking them in the ass, who's doing this, who's doing that, and worried about who's on vacation and all this other shit. Nigga, you need to go on vacation.
Came from Vegas last month. Now you on vacation again?
So?
And you gotta tell everybody, don't you?
Oh, you mad? You mad that nigga on vacation and you can't afford a vacation. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put a vacation fund together for Shakim Ra because he need a vacation, y'all. He need a vacation.
Validation. I don't need validation from the sector.
What?
I need everybody.
Nigga, you look for validation from this sector every goddamn day. Every time you live, you look, unless you're talking about some shit that nobody wants to hear about, you are literally trying to get validation from this sector every single time you go live, sir. Every single time you looking for validation. And how that could be proven is so easy. Because every single time anybody talks shit about you, or anybody disagrees with you, or anybody is in somebody else's chat room mentioning you, or saying that you ain't shit, or talking about the bullshit that you do, all of a sudden you feel the need to be validated by going live and talking about that person like you did with Verla, like you did with beautiful Bernice, like you did with me, like you did with everybody else that disagrees with you. If they are not agreeing with you, you are seeking validation from everybody else on what that person feels and how that person feels about it and what that person thinks and everything else, Shakim. Yes, you are always seeking validation from this sector, constantly. And you are one of the only people that constantly seeks validation from the sector. Constantly.
To support me. I don't need everybody to kiss my ass. I don't need everybody to hold my hand and sing Kumbaya. I can stand by myself. So if you're really at the point where no matter what I do, you're going to paint it as if I'm the bad guy. Every situation, it doesn't matter what the situation is. They're going to try to paint me as the bad guy.
No, sir. You are the one that's going live and painting yourself as the bad guy. Nobody has to paint you any kind of way because guess what? Nobody's talking about you. Okay? Me and Breaking the Culture did not go live talking about you. You went live talking about us. Photon did not go live talking about you. You went live talking about Photon. So you paint yourself out to be the asshole when you put yourself out too early talking shit, not knowing what you're talking about, trying to spin narratives, and then it backfires on you. So you're painting yourself out to be this way, not anybody doing this to you.
They're going to try to paint me as the villain. And if you can't even be objective about a person, then you are already too far gone. There's nobody in this sector that I'm so angry at where I can't be objective. So you're going to try to tell the world that I'm...
So he can't be, he said there's nobody in this world that he can be angry at, that he can't be objective. But yet, this is how he approaches Flacco. This is how he approaches Darrell. This is how he approaches Couch Potato's son, who don't have shit to do with any of this. Me, Breaking the Culture, everybody. But you're the victim.
I'm the bad businessman after Photon didn't deliver the product and refused to send a refund.
But Photon did deliver half of the product, which is what you paid for. He didn't deliver the rest of the product yet. But it's not, I mean, today is the 5th. And today is like 4 days, 5 days after you went live talking major shit about this man. But he's supposed to look out for you.
So this is where we're at in the sector. We're in a place in this sector where people are so angry at me that they aren't even using logic anymore. They're not even using common sense anymore. They're not even using the moral fiber, if they had any, to use any honesty to be objective in a situation.
Oh, but you have been. Okay. All right.
So we're in a situation where no matter what I do, I'm the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. I'll show you what a bad guy really is.
Nobody gives a fuck, bitch.
Going hard on y'all like that. For real, for real.
Nobody gives a fuck.
And everybody that I've been talking about,
you're not scared.
I've been talking about me first. All right?
You did it first. Nigga, stop it. You went live over us. Everybody that you're talking about, you went live over, sir. You did that. Nobody was talking about you. No. Let's stop the little men in your head talking to you, telling you that. No. We did not. No, you did that, sir.
And so, no, I'm not a victim either. But I'm also not just going around starting shit with people. And if...
Nigga, you are constantly starting shit with people, okay? You are always live triggering people and talking shit about people. You are always putting multiple people in your content, multiple people in your thumbnails to talk shit and to come for people and to snap at people and to get shit started with people. You've been doing this for a couple of years. What is you talking about, sir? Do you
do something?
Do you even hear yourself when you talk?
Such as send me a fake contract with a fake business on it. You damn right I'm gonna go the fuck in on you because that's disrespectful and it's dishonest.
Nigga, there's nothing fake about our business at all. But thank God we did not give you pertinent information of ours so that you can go leaking that to the fucking world. Thank God we did not give you other information regarding other things so that you are not leaking that information to the world when you're in your little baby feelings. Thank God we did not go through with these contracts with you. Because look what the fuck we'd be dealing with. Fucking idiot.
And lastly, where are all the women at that T-Pre turned on for breaking the culture? Because there's no lawsuit coming against Darrell. I'm the only person that has filed any paperwork on that dude. So, Andrea Garrison, I'm sorry that you're so broke. I'm sorry that your pussy is so trash that you've never been married. And also that your pussy is so trash that you are still crying about a bar bill for Mother's Day weekend. In case you didn't know, it's August the 4th.
In case you didn't know, sir, you're right. It's now August the 5th. And you still haven't paid that woman back her money for your motherfucking half of the bill. You still haven't done it. And you still going live talking shit about the fact that you owe somebody money and you can't believe they telling niggas you owe somebody money after you done went live lying about them.
We are heading into fall and you're still stuck in the spring.
Yes, we are heading into the fall of 2022. And guess what? You are still stuck in 2020 with Flocka.
You see, I don't live in the past.
Stop it, nigga. You live in the past every goddamn day.
I live in the present moment. So if you are really crying and you really need your $200, go ahead and call me and cry to me and tell me.
Nobody's gonna call you, nigga. Nobody's calling you. It's a simple cash app. The same way you sending niggas money to do plagiarized documentaries is the same way you can send this woman her fucking money. Period. If you're not gonna do that, then so be it. But what you're not gonna do is sit out here quietly and pretend that you don't owe niggas money, and then you out here acting like niggas owe you money for some plagiarized work that you want niggas to do. We not gonna pretend with you, sir.
How sorry you are, and maybe I'll send you that $200. But, you know, to try to make it seem like I scammed you or I purposely made you pay for a bill or I held a gun to your head and forced you to pay a bill, it just speaks to the character of this woman. And that's why everywhere she goes, it doesn't matter.
No, nigga, it speaks to the character of you. Because there's not a single man in this sector that can say, oh, a woman had to cover my bill. Do you understand? And then turn around and talk shit about that woman like it's the woman's fault. No, sir. Nobody has to, like take you on and pay your bills and take care of shit for you. That nobody has to do that, especially a woman. And you should feel some type of way about that. But since you don't, then let's continue.
It doesn't matter if she goes to BuzzFeed. It doesn't matter if she goes to the church sector. It doesn't matter if she goes to Larry Reid's show. It doesn't matter if she goes to King Drive show. There's nowhere else for her to go except this sector. So I hope she's enjoying her little 15 minutes that she's only getting by proxy of my name, because T. Pre doesn't have any clout. So by proxy of my name, which is why y'all asked me to do the podcast in the first place, you should be thanking me that
what?
You are even getting this much from me.
Nigga, okay. That was a lot that you just said. First of all, I'm not thanking you for the headache that I received over you. I'm not doing that, okay? The reason I did want to use you in the podcast, though, and I'll be honest about that, is because you do have great spunk. I thought you had a lot that you could bring to the podcast regarding, celebrity gossip, regarding hot topics. But, bro, all you wanted to do was talk about Rev G, D. Darrell, and Flocka. And we didn't want to talk about those things. We don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers. You understand? We don't give a fuck about that bullshit. We don't want to argue and go back and forth over niggas and trigger niggas and go through it with Nick. We don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Okay? You want to do that. So, yes, that was why we wanted to use you in the podcast, as we want to use others in the podcast for the same reasons. But no, sir. We shouldn't be thanking you for the headache that you've given us since then.
Because I have.
But that's definitely a narcissist for you, who would think that we should be thanking him for his abuse.
Way better things to do than address a prostitute that can't even take care of her own.
Okay, well, you know what? You got better things to do, than so do I. But either way, that is the story of this situation, y'all. It is just absolutely crazy what Shakim was talking about. And I'm going to go over some of y'all comments real quick while we were talking about this. You said, Shakim, when you work hard, we deserve vacations. And exactly. Nobody's going to be, feeling some type of way about going on vacation because niggas like Shakim can't afford to go on vacation or because he doesn't work hard enough to deserve a vacation. That's his fault. You said, T-Pre, the day is coming when you and Rob will laugh about all of this. LOL. I know you wish for that, keeping it plain. But again, I'm going to tell you like this. I know you respect Shakim, and I know you respect me as well. And I appreciate the Cash App from yesterday. I will say this, though. I am not the kind of person who likes to adjust to people's abusive behavior. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep doing that. Yes, Shakim and I were friends at one time, but I really felt betrayed by him at this time. All the talking shit, the roasting and all, that was irrelevant. But this I did feel betrayed by. I don't feel like I have to laugh it off and someday we're going to be cool. Like, for what? He is who he is. That's just it. And, I can't see it any other way. So, I hear you, but I doubt it, bro. You said that's true, T-Pre. The sector never knew about any of the podcast issues, quote unquote, without him going live. Exactly. So what does he mean? He's only responding to people. Nigga, you go live talking about this shit. Nobody knew anything about your issues with nobody. You the one going live with that shit. You said that nobody knew about Photon's tech issues until he went live. Exactly. Nobody was paying attention to it. We knew that from what Photon said that he had issues. And also we knew from being there in New York that he had issues with the computer. But other than that, nobody was paying that much attention to it until Shakim said something about it. You said, like, take responsibility for your own actions. It's that simple. Exactly. Like, why is it that you can't say, you know what, I was wrong about this. I should have did it this way. Let's move on. But instead, you want to go live and, and now I didn't do anything wrong. And this is what you did. And this is how this went. And this shouldn't. And like, nobody got time for that fuck shit, nigga. You said, sounds like this nigga needs some pussy. Exactly. Or some dick. So. And RNT, hey, baby, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, since you and Shakim were friends prior to your relationship with Breaking the Culture, couldn't y'all have worked through the initial understandings if he had called me prior? But he's the one that went live talking shit about me. You understand what I'm saying? He could have contacted me. We could have talked about this, and then we could have worked that out. Absolutely. But that's not what happened. He went live talking shit about me and her and was making up shit. He wasn't even being honest about what was happening. So I'm not sure how, I could necessarily work things out with him if that's the case, because he's the one that did this shit. But I understand what you're saying. Like, it would be that way if that was what was presented to me, but that's not what happened. That's not what he did. You said, oh yeah, I understand what you meant. And Mikey, what's up, bro? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, might as well throw Lennon and his wife into the mix as Lennon pays all of his super dust. Yeah, he's always talking about Lennon's wife, and Lennon's wife don't even go live. She don't even be on Lennon's shows. You see what I'm saying? But Shakim has been picking at that woman for the past couple years, talking about her teeth, her gums, her this, her that, pulls up pictures, pulls up this. Like, he does that all the time. So what do you mean you never come for people and you only responding to people and you only talking shit about people that talk about you? There's multiple people that Shakim has come for and talked about, and none of these people were ever talking about him. None of these people even are on YouTube or go live or any of that shit. So he need to cut his fucking shit. And that's facts. Thanks, Divine 7. You said, who's this broke Negro owe money to? Definitely Breaking the Culture at this point. Yep, respect to you too, keeping it plain. But yeah, that's the reason why I won't, I'm not doing that with him. I'm not smiling and we gonna kiki and have crumpets and tea, because he fucking lied on me. He went live to lie and tarnish my name and tarnish my brand. And I was not having it. I was not going to just keep letting him disrespect and abuse. That's just that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to stay subscribed to you for the next 24 hours so I could see these fucking receipts, because I really want to know where you have done any fucking work for me, for my sis Breaking the Culture, or for the Void. I really want to see that, sir. Like, I really, really want to see that. And I am giving you 100% permission to show everybody in the sector that work, and where you haven't been paid for something, where we offered a pay for some work that you've done. Please show all of that stuff, and then show what the work is. And, yeah, I would love to see this, sir. I would love to see it. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I always, always appreciate all of you for tuning in. And again, for those who will catch the replay, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace, guys.
Dollar maker.